Let's face it, the electric car didn't just lose to the combustion engine, it was beaten to a bloody pulp and left by the roadside to die. But now as the cost of motoring has rocketed and it's now fashionable to be eco-friendly, there's life in the old dog yet. I've spent a week with this, the Tesla Model S, to find out if those vegetarian hippie do-gooders are actually on something and whether you can use an electric car in a fossil fuel world. Let's start with the elephant in the room, range. Most electric cars are rubbish at this. The Nissan Leaf gets about 100 miles, but the Tesla Model S is different. It comes in two versions, 60 kilowatt hour and 85 kilowatt hour. The former has 240 miles of range and the latter has 312. Range anxiety? Not in this thing.
Another potential problem is performance. Electric cars are usually slow, or at least you have to drive them slowly to preserve range. But the Model S is rapid. Anything outside of a sports car is getting left for dead by this thing. The standard 85 kilowatt hour car has access to 362 horsepower, about as much as you get in a Lotus Exige. But this is the performance model, which has 416 horsepower.
You don't merely press the accelerator in the Tesla Model S, you kind of initiate the warp drive. Full throttle gives you 600 Newton meters of torque the moment you press the pedal. 0 to 60 takes 4.2 seconds, and 70 to 90 miles per hour can be done in less than 2 seconds, making it a bit of an overtaking machine. That's quick enough for even me to get excited, and if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that's really saying something.
Handling is okay, but nothing special. It rolls a bit in the bends, and the big 21-inch wheels can make it feel a little bit jittery over roads that aren't perfectly smooth.
The Performance Plus pack gives you Michelin Pilot Sport 2 tyres, upgraded bushings and dampers, so it improves the handling a little bit, but it's still not class leading. You don't have to drive the Model S quickly though, because it's just as rewarding if you take it slowly. In fact, if there's an easier car to drive, I've yet to find it.
All you really need is the accelerator. Push it and it will unleash hell. Lift off and it will trigger regenerative braking, which slows the car aggressively as it pumps energy back into the battery. You basically don't need to touch the brakes unless you're coming to a complete stop.
Let's face it, most electric cars are fairly impractical, but not the Tesla Model S. It has a trunk, and the front trunk, also known as a frunk, which has 150 litres of boot space, which is about half as much as you get in a Ford Focus. Meanwhile, the boot is absolutely massive. You get 744 litres of space. A Mercedes S-Class only gets 500 litres. You also get these two extra seats, turning the Model S into a 7-seater. As you can see, these rear seats aren't exactly brilliant for adults, but they're fine for children. And check this out. These seats fold completely flat. So, push that button there, press that, and then the whole thing folds neatly into this cubby hole here. You've got completely flat boot space.
Inside, there's loads of space. Headroom and legroom is good for everyone. It's hard to miss the 17-inch infotainment display, which is used to control pretty much everything the car does. You can also see how energy efficient your driving is, use navigation, and even check your Facebook using the built-in web browser. While I would suggest you keep your eyes on the road and not on the number of likes on a status update, a quick Google while out and about can be extremely useful.
It's not all plain sailing with the Tesla Model S, I must admit. For one thing, charging the thing is a huge pain in the arse. A full charge can take up to 27 hours from a UK plug socket, so you definitely need a home charger. But even then, they're not that fast either. It can take up to 13 hours.
There are high-powered Tesla superchargers coming to the UK, and those will let you recharge half your battery in about 20 minutes. But currently there's only two in the entire UK, one in London and one in Birmingham.
Whichever way you look at it, the Tesla Model S is not a good car if you drive long distances frequently, unless you like spending half a day waiting around for it to charge. There is little to fault with the Tesla Model S. It's big enough for a trip to IKEA, has enough seats for a family, costs almost nothing to run, and it looks like a luxury car should. It's also extremely fast.
Spend a week with the Model S and you end up thinking how inefficient the old way is. You're not just driving a car, it's a revolution on wheels. It wants a rematch with the combustion engine, and I'm backing it to do more than just hold its own. If the future of motoring looks like this, you can count me in.
Aggression. I love the f they made a hybrid. Yeah, they made a hybrid. I don't get it, man. The Panamera is not for vegans. It's a big luxury brute. It hates vegans. No offense to vegans. I'm just saying that this is the kind of car